All right, once again, it is 4 p.m. here on the East Coast of the United States, 8 p.m. UTC. It's 10 p.m. in Croatia, and I am Ethan D. Smith. I am here with my co host, Awaken to Life, and this is Talk of the Line, a weekly voice chat curation segment brought to you by the Steam Engine, a group on steemit.com dedicated to supporting engagement among its members and giving well-needed love to content that may not otherwise get it. Every week we meet here at 8 p.m. UTC and we allow our members to come in, get in the queue, and present their latest posts. So it looks like we've got a good crowd here for you today. We've already got some people lined up, and so I'm going to give my co-host Awaken to Life a chance to say hello this afternoon.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to our live promotion show. It's always good to be here and to spend some time with you guys, see what you've been up to, to see what you've been writing, and to have some fun as well. Hopefully, we did have some fun pretty much every show, so let's try to do the same thing again.
So, just a couple of more things before we get started. One, today's show will only be an hour. I can only stay until the next hour, so 5 p.m. here. But so we're going to try to get through everyone if we can. But the good news is also we have another giveaway this week. So if you head over to the TOTL giveaways channel, you'll see that I am offering some votes from my account for 5 lucky winners that will end right before the end of this broadcast. So Awaken to Life, if you can just post that channel name in the chat so everybody can head over there in case they can't find it, that would be great. And I will periodically remind everyone throughout the broadcast. Thank you to Sarah Gabrielle. That's great. And I will remind everyone several times throughout the broadcast so that we can be sure to enter. And yes, it seems that we've already started this. So anyway, last week they were encouraging me not to remind everyone of the giveaway because it gives people a better chance of winning. So anyhow,
Petra, maybe you should encourage everybody to join because last time you encouraged everybody not to join and you didn't win anything. So I would encourage you to, so a lot more people to join. So you're going to attract that positive energy, and you're going to win in the end.
well, keeping that in mind, you may choose to enter, you may not. But anyhow,
Oh,
we will get started today. So it looks like we've already got a few people in the queue, so I'll turn it over to Awaken to Life and he can introduce our first guest today.
well, Artemis, I think you weren't here last time. We missed you, and we're happy you're here back again. And you're our first presenter today. So please tell us what you've been up to.
Well, thank you. Yeah, last week I had to miss it. I love this show, and it's always a lot of fun. So I want to share the newest um, paddling nature ramble that I put out. I had a bit of a hard time putting this one together. It seemed like I just couldn't get the content. And then all of a sudden, there was really great stuff. So I hope you go through it and enjoy what I've shared, and maybe let the other people, people who wrote the posts, let them know you enjoyed them too.
Okay, which one was your favorite? I mean, I know these are all probably all great posts for sure because you have a great taste. But do you know which one is your favorite?
Well, I would have to say that the very first one on the list is my favorite because it showed me that there's a new camera on the market, just a point and shoot, but you know, the type that will take a bomb and still keep working. You can drop it in the water, throw it at somebody, and it'll always work. Well, Lumix has brought out one with a viewfinder instead of having to use the gosh darn view screen. And I'd have to say that was my very favorite.
That's really interesting. I will have to take a look at that. It's always good to get some good features on something that's durable, especially if you're snapping a lot of photos. So excellent. For those of you who are not familiar with the Paddling Nature Ramble, it is a. Do you do it weekly, Artemis North?
I do.
Okay, it's a weekly curation post that Artemis North throws together with her favorite blog posts about the outdoors and nature and enjoying those types of things. So if you enjoy reading about those things, she knows how to find really great posts. So I would say to head over there and check that out if you really enjoy it. So thank you so much for sharing. Anything else you'd like to say about that?
Nothing I can think of offhand. Just go and let these people know they did a really good job. Actually, I'd like to point out that one of them, I didn't realize it while I was putting them in the ramble. I went back to put the notice up, and visiting the ancient cliffs from the Devonian period actually got a Curie.
Well, that's great. It's always good to see that kind of recognition come for the posts that you are curating yourself. So that's great. And absolutely, I encourage you to go and follow through. Don't just comment on Artemis North's posts, but actually visit the ones that she recommended and let them know what you think right there. Because I know that that's always something I encourage people to do in my podcasts and in other curation efforts. So thank you again for sharing that.
Thank you, Artemis. Does anybody else have any questions for Artemis North?
All right.
Guess
Let's
not.
move right along.
So we're just gonna keep moving, huh? Because we got 1 hour, and I don't know how many presenters gonna be there. So let's keep on moving. And the next presenter will be my Croatian fellow, Vek Science.
Yo, just a sec. Yo. So, so this Sunday, it was a sunny day here in Split, in my hometown, and science dude. And I wanted to seize the day, So first, I went with my friend at this small picnic spot that people from my town are really, let's say, using when it's sunny day. So we met two friends there, and they were slacklining. That's the art, of walking on that thick rope. It's so hard. I cannot do it. So don't. There's a picture of my friend doing it. He can even turn his body, for 180 degrees. So this was really hard. Anyway, after that we went to see the baseball game in our town. Yes, we play also baseball, and my friend also plays here. My teammate from American football plays here. So we went to look at the game. It was like six fans watching that. So it was a crazy atmosphere, But and after that, I went to my practice of American football. I had a great day. We are preparing for the next tournament that is in my hometown. I think it's next Sunday, or I don't know really. And after I arrived home, I took a shower, and my friend called me to watch NBA. So I just rounded that up. I had an American Sunday, So I had a really great day, and I wanted to share it with you all, to always to be free, always try something new, different, and so on. Anyway, that's it.
That's great.
So there was only 6 spectators on the game. I can relate to that because
I lied. There was 4 of us.
I gotta tell you, I don't know. I know baseball is one of the most favorite sports in America, but my first game I went to the rivalry game, New York Yankees, Chicago Cubs in Chicago, and I had tickets like right on the grass. After like 4th inning, I wanted to go home because like the pitchers were so good, like they couldn't hit the ball. It was boring,
Yeah.
There's nothing to watch. Hit the ball, please.
My hometown, 4 of us, we had a really great fun, And we were playing Zagreb, that's our rivals. So we were mocking them and, yelling at them. And so it was fun.
And I saw, did you watch the Cavaliers game or no?
Yeah, we watched it. It was crazy. They demolished them. Did you watch it?
It was. I didn't watch it, but it was surprising that they lost. For
Yeah,
me,
it
I
was.
mean, not that they lost so easy,
Yeah, because Boston are not favorites in this one, and they demolished them. But it will
Yeah.
be interesting to see this one. the
Yeah,
series.
it sure will be. I think it's going to be more interesting. But I'm going for the Cavs this second game because basically only
Probably. Yeah.
only Love and LeBron played well. The rest of the team just flat out
Yeah,
sucked.
yeah. I love the system of Boston, so I hope in some wildest dreams they will win championship. It's hard, but who knows?
I think whoever goes from this conference is going to get smacked by Golden
Ah.
State because it doesn't matter if Boston or Cleveland. So it doesn't matter who goes through. I think Golden
Probably,
State wins for
probably.
sure.
I think you guys
Yeah.
know way more about what's going on with it than even I do, because I honestly don't follow the NBA that much. But when it comes down to the playoffs, it's really the kind of the best basketball that you can watch. Sometimes, I mean, if you watch the LeBron, then you're just going to watch LeBron. But a lot of times, the best teams end up playing really good basketball down at the end. So I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. In playoffs is really tough games. Really, they are playing at their best. So, I don't know what's the other game. Did you watch the other game, or do you know the result?
Yeah, I know. Houston lost to Golden State by what, 15 or something like this,
Okay.
and it was just crazy. They played great. Houston played great, but these guys just played better.
Yeah, just too good.
Well, thank you for sharing that. If you're interested in checking out what Wax Science was up to this past week, you can check out his blog. That link has been long gone, but if you want to kind of drop it in again for the folks who've just arrived, that'd be just fine. And we'll check it. Yeah, head over, check it out. As he described, an American Sunday, and there's nothing wrong with that. So thanks so much for sharing that with us this week. And
Thanks to you.
all right, Awaken to Life. Let's move right along. Who's our next guest?
Yes, let's move along. Our next presenter will be Tessera Gabriele.
I'm curious. Hold on just a second. I'm curious about Katrina saying something about the bacon emoji because, yeah, we definitely require the it's a train emoji that you have to put in to enter the queue, and so it's in that message that Awaken to Life puts. So if you type :steam _ locomotive and then a colon, you'll get the right emoji. So there we go. Anyway, just wanted to clear that up. Sorry about that. Tessera Gabrielle, the floor is yours.
All good. So I actually just made this post. I actually hate bacon, and I'm also Jewish. This is a really funny conversation that's happening over here in the text chat. Sorry. Hey, Artemis North, yeah, buying a tarot deck. Very exciting. For this week's Beyond the Veil newsletter, I made a post about how to choose a tarot deck, and in that I shared the 5 decks that I currently work with, 4 decks that I have previously owned and have given away to other people, and sort of all the different considerations I think go into buying a deck. So physical considerations, the physical dimensions of cards, the visual aesthetic of the art, and that one super ephemeral one that everyone leads with, which is like trust your intuition. And I put that one last because as a new person to tarot, I feel like trust your intuition is like not very useful advice for most people, but it is important. So I put it in there. There's a lot. I put a bunch of pictures. It was also partly, I think, an excuse to just take pictures of my tarot decks and post them. So that's me. Any questions?
I think Petra will have some questions about this, and maybe our curator, but she never participates in here. But I see her husband is listening in, so maybe she can tell him what questions to ask.
Well, so 5 decks. All of the decks have very different art and like energy and intuitive connection to them. It depends on the mood that I'm in or the kind of question that I'm asking. One of my friends has a sort of druidy one and then one that has fairies, and they have very different sort of feels to them. This is the intuition piece, trust your intuition. I have one of those 5 decks. I have struggled to connect with, but I love the art, and so I actually use it for spell casting.
The next question is what kind of spells did you actually use?
The last spell that I did was I burned dried flower petals and lit a candle and laid out some cards that I had chosen from the deck. So I don't just do a random draw. I go through the deck and I pick cards with the appropriate message. And I was trying to combine that with like a prayer for safety during the Hurricane Maria.
Okay, that did that work?
I mean, my personal friends in Florida were safe, so I think.
So it worked. Let's just think it worked.
Well, we all know that you should have just randomly drawn them and predicted like nothing but doom, like they do on television shows. So clearly, you're doing something wrong.
No. Boo.
I think maybe you should do some tarets for maybe Petra try to win the giveaway tonight, because she was out of luck the last time. Maybe you should do something like that.
If she asked me to.
For only 3 SBDs.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. It's part of an initiative called Beyond the Veil that one of our members, Crazy BG Adventures, started, and it's an account that curates and supports content about anything having to do with, I don't know, mysticism, spirituality, the unknown, things like that. So if you're interested in those kind of things, check out Beyond the Veil, and we like to promote their content. So thanks again to Sarah for sharing that with us today. And look who it is. Crazy BG's just popped into the voice chat, so it's good news.
You just missed it, Crazy BG. I talked about my post.
Okay, well, we got about 8 presenters.
Yeah,
so
let's roll on down the
move it
tracks
because
here.
We got only 1 hour of official time, so let's keep moving. And I'm not gonna name this person. You guys know who it is, and you guys can say it.
Actually, we have no idea, like who. I don't have the list.
Come
I'm
on,
gonna guess it's Petra.
I'm giving you one try.
Well, it must.
My guess is Petra.
Yeah, that's.
Come on, you know it's me.
All right, Petra.
Good
What have you got
guess.
for us this week?
Yeah, you know it's me. Well,
I'm
speaking,
trying to limit my, her name count.
Oh, that's
during
right.
the show,
Darasness is
so
not here
I'm
to
not gonna
count
say her
that for
name.
us this week.
I'm counting.
Okay, excellent.
So he's up to 8 for now. Okay, there's the link. Well, speaking of Beyond the Veil, here is something else that you will find in Beyond the Veil that is coming up tomorrow, and that we are all very, very excited about. Crazy is here, and we're happy to see him finally. My post for Beyond the Veil is about elements, 4 natural elements: earth, air, fire, and water. You can read it. It is a pretty long post, but it's detailed, and you can read everything about the elements, a little bit about history, correspondences, connections to various other things like horoscope, crystals, energies, and really, really a lot of things. So be sure to read the post and let me know what you think about it.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us, Petra. It's somehow it worked out that we had 2 Beyond the Veil posts right back to back, so that's great. I know I'll be following through and checking that out. So, thank you.
Yeah, anytime.
We'd have time for a quick question if anybody has one
How are you, Petra?
related to the post.
Well,
That was just a quick.
always good when always good when I hear your voice.
All right. Well,
Aww.
this show is full of wholesome moments. That was one of them. So, anyhow. So once again, I just want to pause for a moment to remind everyone that this is Talk of the Line, coming to you live on the Steam Star Network. It's a weekly voice chat curation segment brought to you by the Steam Engine Group on Steemit, and I'm Ethan D. Smith here with my co-host Awaken to Life, chugging down the tracks. So let's see who's up next. Who's our next guest?
Well, our next guest is, like I always say, the most enthusiastic person that I ever met in my life, Dreamsteam.
Hey, good to hear you guys. Okay, let me get my link. Okay, so this morning I had a battle with my phone and Google Assistant. I refuse to call it assistant because it's just an ass. So if anybody wants to figure out how to disable Google Assistant, then all they have to do is go to my post. You don't even have to upvote it or comment. Just go to the link at the bottom so that it doesn't keep bothering you, because this thing would not stop bothering me. Every time I would do another keystroke, it would say, I'm here to help. How can I help you? And I would go to disable it and it would say, oh, you disabled me. Would you like to turn me on? And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then the whole screen filled up with, I want to help you. Can I help you? I want to help you. Can I help you? I want to help you. Can I help you? It was so bad. So, so yep, that's pretty much the ass.
That's really interesting.
Anyway,
because
so,
I've never really had a negative
yeah,
experience with Google Assistant at all. So
well, maybe it's my phone. I don't know. Well, no, I can't say it's my phone, because when I actually looked up how to turn off Google Assistant, it pulled up a page that said, is it driving you crazy too? Like, and then there was this, way to disable it. Not just disable it. That's the thing. If it was an app, then you could uninstall it. But it's not an app. It's like somewhere deep inside your phone. And when I tried to take a picture showing that it just kept going crazy on me, it disappeared. So I'm pretty sure my phone's alive. So there you go. No, Google is not trying to help me. And here was the best thing ever. The way that I figured out how to turn off Google Assistant, I used Google Browser. So there.
she had the last laugh.
Okay, that's it for
indeed.
me. I did.
Well, I'm sure that we've all had some sort of frustrating experience. And I think, Crazy BG, I'm still hearing your keyboard clacking. So you might want to just check one more time to make sure that. But anyhow, I'm sure we've all had an experience where we have something frustrating going on with our phones, our computers, all of that. So thank you for sharing that with us. It sometimes when we're on this online community and you don't come to sessions like this, it's easy to forget that, we're all people. We all have similar struggles. So thank you for sharing that. It's great.
I have one problem. It starts with letter P, but I don't know who that is.
But it's not technologically motivated. So I think we can skip over that one for now. Wow.
I have not said the name P. Doesn't count.
All right. So thank you again, Dreamsteam, for sharing. For those of you also, just to make mention of, Dreamsteam is spearheading a new project called the Welcome Wagon, and it's a great initiative that they're using to kind of help onboard new people to the platform. So if you're interested in supporting that initiative, you can head over to Welcome Wagon on Steemit and check that out. So I'll just make mention of that because we fully support everything that they're doing. All right, so let's move on. Awaken to Life, who's up next?
Well, the next presenter is Katrina, but I think Dreamsteam is actually presenting for her.
I didn't get any intro from her, so maybe let's ask her now. Hey, Katrina, if you're here, can you DM me your intro and send me your link, and I'll be happy to do that for you.
Okay, we're gonna keep moving to the next one, and then when she sends you the link and the intro, we're gonna just put her after this presenter, next presenter. So the next presenter will be activist. Is he here? No.
Hey there, folks.
Oh, here he is.
So this is my first time presenting here. I'm really excited to be a part of the Steam engine. This post is about people who come and talk to me because, you know, in real life, I'm shy, but I'm approachable. And so folks come over and talk to me about their problems. And a lot of times it's people who've been 86'd by the establishment social safety net. So I end up, like, for whatever reason, being like the person who listens to the extremely outcast of society. So that's basically what my post is about.
Could you clarify what you
Yeah.
mean by the term 86? We had that question in the chat.
Well, 86 is a term that's used in bars. So if you go to a bar and you get too drunk and you regularly get too drunk, then you get thrown out and they take your picture. And if you ever come back in, they're like, no, you get out of here. You are no longer welcome here ever. So when you're 86, it means that you're completely thrown out. You don't have, the ban hammer has been permanently dropped.
Okay.
Don't they not use that for a restaurant term as well? Like they say, I'm pretty sure that I've watched it on like a Gordon Ramsay thing or something, and when they want to take it off the menu, they'll say, well, 86 it.
I'm sure it has picked up many colloquial uses. Sarge is saying that it refers to something from the Marines. So that's interesting to trace that phrase back to its roots. Well, thank you for sharing that with us, activist. I'm sure that I will read through that later and we'll get your thoughts and check that out. So everybody, check out that post. Be sure to leave your comments and let them know what you think about it, because it's always interesting to consider these things, especially in the United States. So thank you.
Well, this is a big topic. Homelessness is not a crime. I mean, it is not. I mean, we can talk about this for a long time about it. So as we have a short show tonight, so we can't really get too much into it. So, but I agree mostly with this statement for sure.
Well, I do appreciate you guys putting together this show, and I've been really enjoying the posts. So thank you so much for having me.
We really appreciate you coming on, and glad to see you go through and become a member of our community now. So it's great to see your stuff pop up. So anyhow, thanks again. All right, so just want to take a moment to remind you that there's something going on over in another channel that may or may not be called TOTL giveaways if you are a member of the Steam engine. So you might want to check that out. And again, it is a shorter show today. We got about 30 minutes left. I have to leave at 5, so that means that the recording and the broadcast will be turned off at 5, but the show can continue, and we can definitely come back and chat with some more general topics. So anyway, I believe that DreamSteam now has Katrina's post. Is that right?
Yes, she does. So DreamSteam,
Yep,
please.
I do. Okay. Give me 1 second to go back to her little promo here. Okay, so she says this contest currently has $35 in Steam-backed dollars on the line, designed to encourage people to vote for witnesses, as there are far too few people voting versus people using the platform. And this, I can't believe that no one has thought of this before, because what she's doing is amazing. She's just basically rewarding people, for actually taking the time to find out who their witnesses are and actually use their vote. And so a bunch of us have been very excited about this, and we helped to boost her jackpot to make it even more visible. and it's great. So we're hoping that, obviously we don't want to pay people to vote. That's not the whole point behind this. The point behind it is to let people see that it's really important, and that yes, they're getting the reward of a jackpot possibly, but the bigger reward is that we're actually taking the time to support witnesses that are doing amazing things in the platform, and we're making a stronger platform by using our votes to be our voice. So definitely go give this some love. And if you have a few SBD to throw at it, why not? Have fun.
Well, I think we should all just give it as much as exposure as possible. I just shared it, so I hope it will help. I uploaded and shared it, so I think this is really important about witnesses. They actually run Steam it. Without it, it would not be functioning at all. So it's important that we have the right people getting votes so that we can have even better platform. So it's really important. So I encourage everybody to share this post and get it more, get it more to people. Encourage people to vote for right people.
Yes, definitely. Much of what we do is supported by someone along the way who's got a great witness effort going on. In fact, right now, the Steam Star Network is a service of Sir Cork and his witness effort. So we can thank him for allowing us to have this time slot each week. So thank you so much for sharing that, Katrina. And I hope that everyone who may not be familiar with witness voting or anything like that will go over and check it out. We can definitely point you to some other great resources if you do need to cast those votes or need to learn more about it. So, yes, once again, you get 30 witness votes. Witnesses are, just very quickly, are responsible for publishing a price feed for Steam. They actually process the blocks of the Steam blockchain and verify, send those along. So they're very important, but also that many of the witnesses are developers or community leaders or other people who contribute in many ways to the platform. So if you're not familiar, go check it out. All right, so let's move on down the tracks here.
Okay, let's keep on moving. That was sure an interesting post and important ones too. So let's keep on moving. Vanessa is next. She's presenting
All
the
right, you can go
text.
ahead and read that for us.
Okay, I'm texting because it's so late here. This is my post. It's for the sports lovers. If you follow the Pennington versus Nunes championship fight, you might be aware of the controversy involving her corner. She was battered and broken in the fight and asked to be let off. Her corner pushed her to continue. Are they right? This post examines the backstory and its potential ramifications in sports. Thank you.
Well, I must say I'm not sure, Sarge. I'm trying to figure out what, because I guess I just personally don't follow sports where people can end up getting battered. So, well, unless it's American football we're talking about. But anyhow, that's a bad concussion joke. Okay. So anyhow, Vanessa, well, she looks like she's typing, so we'll see what. It's mixed martial arts. Okay. MMA. All right. Well, that should be interesting to look at for sure about whether or not, or what you think about continuing even if you have hit your limit, I suppose. So
I'm not sure how I understood, right? Her coaches and they didn't let her quit basically because she wanted to like quit, right? And then they didn't let her quit. They just like, okay, you need to continue or something.
yeah,
Like
it seems like there's some sort of controversy surrounding this. So I encourage everyone to go read this post and leave your thoughts there, and perhaps we can come back to this in the post show. So thank you, Vanessa, for sharing. Thank you for being here with us today. Great to have you.
we sure appreciate you staying up late to present your posts, but this is actually for me it's a controversial topic because if you're so tired or beaten up, I think actually I watched this fight, but I don't remember. It was I think it was actually this post. It was for the title, right? And this girl, they were just like going at it, and this one girl wanted. I saw her like almost barely standing on her legs, and she made it to the end. But I don't know how I'd feel that if I go to my corner and say, "Hey, listen, my leg is broken or something. I'm beaten up. I can't move," and they kind of push you back into the ring to get even more beat up. I don't know.
All right. Well, who's up next?
Okay, the next presenter is Crazy BG.
All right. Crazy BG. Once again, this is Talk of the Line, a weekly voice chat curation segment right here on the Steam Star Radio Network. Our next guest is crazy or not so crazy, depending on what you think of him, but we'll find out. It's Crazy BG.
Yay! I'm sorry I'm late. I ended up talking to the neighbour and practicing my Bulgarian, and then I got carried away and realised the time. So good evening, everybody. I just wanted to share we published issue 2 of the newsletter on Wednesday last week. We're coming up to issue 3, which will be tomorrow. So if anybody hasn't yet, just as a reminder to the Beyond the Veil team, if anybody hasn't yet, if you can get your articles to me ASAP, I do appreciate it. But we've got some really, really good, again, some very interesting feedback. The content is very varied, it's very interesting, and there's something for everyone if you have those particular interests. So what we're trying to do is, the thing to do with Beyond the Veil is we're trying to do it where it is the spiritual and the supernatural, and we believe that they should go hand in hand. So what we're trying to do is get a varied content so that it's not all just about, you know, divination or Wicca or something, that it's also about, you know, it could be about UFOs, it could be about government conspiracies to do with UFOs, it could be very X-Files related, you know, on a completely different scale. So I'm really, really happy because we've really got off to a good start, and I can only say it getting better as well. So just to give a huge thanks to the people who have been reading it and who are supporting us. And you know, if you haven't, please feel free to take a look. We would love you to have a look and tell us what you want to see as well, because it helps us to produce better content for the newsletter as well. So that's everything from me. Thanks very much, guys.
Well, thank you, Crazy. It's great to hear more about Beyond the Veil. We've already had 2 people share about it, so it's good to hear even more, and that the newsletter comes out pretty frequently so that everybody can follow along with what you're doing. So thank you so much.
Hey, Crazy, I actually never asked you this. What is your real name, man? We know each other for so long. We always call you Crazy BG.
You don't know his real
but we
name?
never know we don't know your
I
real
know
name.
this. I can't believe you don't know this.
Ethan, though, yeah.
I actually don't.
Wow, yeah, my real name's Darren.
Okay, Darren. I'm gonna call you now. From now on, I'm gonna call you. No, I'm gonna call you Crazy BG. It's much better.
Yeah, just call me Crazy. That's what everybody calls me. Darren's my Sunday name.
Okay, awesome.
Oh, well, Andy Santix looks like she's got a cutout for the end of the show, so great to have you. Thanks for being here. We'll see you later.
Thank you for stopping by, Andy. Hopefully next time you're gonna present again. We would love to hear your voice.
All right, well, we're coming up on 20 minutes to go here on the recorded and broadcast part of the show. Don't forget, if you're a member of the Steam Engine, there is a giveaway going on over in the TOTL Giveaways channel that you can enter that will end in about 15 minutes. Okay, so Awaken to Life, let's move on. Who's up next?
I think this is I don't even know how to explain this. I'm gonna try to let you guess again. Nobody who has not presented yet on our show, and it's one of the fundamental members and creator of actually our Steam Engine group. So who is that?
Well,
guy?
I just saw you tag him in the chat, so
Can't believe it. He's actually gonna hear him speak.
I don't
So,
know.
Cat Weasel, please present your post. We would love to hear it. Uh-oh, we're getting crickets.
Watch him just drop it in the chat.
My heart is pounding with anticipation. Come on, Cat Weasel, get on the mic.
Come on, guys. You probably scared him off.
We need to sing
Come,
some.
come, Cat Weasel. We won't hurt you. It's safe. Come out.
What is going on?
Trust
All
me,
right,
I'm not
so
a
you're
doctor.
There he
still.
is. Crap.
Come on. You can do it.
Oh, come on. I want to hear this voice.
He
He,
says he's
He's
muted
not. He's not.
somewhere. Come on, unmute him.
He's not server muted, so it's
No,
on his
Not
end.
muted.
maybe
Okay,
your
so-
headphones hardware, you know. That's what happens to me. I mute myself on my headphones that have a microphone, you know.
No.
Or-
This is not happening.
All right, I will. We'll leave your end alone.
I-
So the
I think he's just wheezing his way out of it.
Okay. Let's just let Dream Team
Wait.
present again.
Wait a minute. He's
Here we
he's
go.
lit up.
Hold on.
he is lit up,
Nope, we
but
can't
no
hear you.
sound.
Oh,
Hey,
come
young
on.
boss.
Okay, CV, we're gonna let Dream Team present, so because we're kind of short on time, and then hopefully you will fix your problem by then.
Okay. Hopefully this will give you time to fix whatever you need because we want to hear your voice. This is the Welcome Wagon. This is the initiative that Ethan just shared about that we had started after a witness chat on April 21st. And our group is growing. And there are some people in the chat right now who are part of it. So this particular post is all about, it was actually a contest entry, and it was also a point that I was making that contests are really great for newbies because they are very low on Steam and Steam backed dollars, and they're just kind of waiting until they can build up, quick enough. And a really great way to do that is through contests. So it was a funny, ironic way to enter the contest by talking about contests. But oftentimes, veteran Steamians don't enter contests very often. I don't know why. I think we just get our time filled with other things and we think we will do the contest, which leaves it wide open for newbies to, write a post or to, do a picture or whatever. And it's really cool because before they know it, they can have a few SBD in their account. I think when I had come back to Steam it, I think I won like 6 or 7 contests within, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. And so it's a really, really cool thing to do. And I highly, highly recommend it. So, and you guys can go upvote that too, because the more money that Welcome Wagon makes, the more money I can throw at newbies. Thanks.
I was about to say, it doesn't matter how many contests you win, you always give it back. You always just like make it rain, make it rain on
Recycle.
Steam.
Yeah, I recycle it. I like to get it so I could give it away in fun ways. But Ethan, I have not looked at my account yet, and I'm so excited to look at it, but I'm just dying. But I will just let you hear how excited I will be when I see it. Thank
Well,
you.
it's just I periodically go reevaluate where my delegations go, and I figured that you could use a little bit of help. So it's not a whole lot, but it'll help, and I know that I really like what you're doing, so it's my pleasure to help support.
It's always a lot. I hate when people say it's not a lot. It is always a lot. There's always somebody that's making less than you. Your vote to us the other day was like massive, and I know it wasn't massive to you, but it was massive to us. So we appreciate every single bit of it. Thank you so much.
Well, this is why Ethan is the leader of our group, because he knows what to support, and we actually haven't said any good things about him. Not enough good things about him. He's really doing a great job leading our group. He's an amazing guy, good-hearted guy, and so, Ethan, you're awesome, man.
Well, it is my pleasure to serve alongside everyone else here and to support where I can. I have been very fortunate to receive a delegation. For those of you just completely transparent here, the delegation on my account that is fairly large comes from someone who works for Steemit Inc. that I met in person. And so almost all of the Steam power in my account that I have earned since doing everything is delegated out to other initiatives thanks to that delegation that I have received from him. So it's really been great to support a lot of up-and-coming things like the Welcome Wagon and other things. You Are Hope is another one. Shadows Pubs, Steemit Ramble, things like that. Anyway, it's my pleasure, so I'm really glad that I can help out. Anyhow, let's see if Cat Weasel got his mic to work.
Oh, come on, everybody's anticipating here. This is a jackpot.
Testing.
There he is.
Testing.
Yes.
Finally.
Finally,
Okay.
we got that voice.
What do you mean it speaks? Okay, this is a little bit of fun I put together yesterday. It's in response to something called Music Wayback Challenge. Now, being me, of course, I did not follow the rules of the Music Wayback Challenge. I just used it for inspiration. I've taken 7 pieces of music from 7 years in my early life, and presented them and explained what they mean to me, and I hope you like it. Good point, Sarge.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. I saw that you shared it in the group earlier, and I have just not gotten a chance to look at it. I'm always intrigued by the things that you drop over in our music channel, and so I'm looking forward to reading that one myself. And it is indeed a pleasure to have you here in the voice channel with us today.
Nice to be here.
Just so you guys know, everybody who's actually in this group now is thanks to CV, our Cat Weasel, the gatekeeper. He's actually the one who approves the most applications. So be nice to him, or he might kick you out.
No, he does a fine job with the applications.
Yes, he does.
So thank you so much.
Even though he had a couple of guys that he let in that kind of I had to deal with in a lounge bar, in a lounge general chat.
I thought you were
that.
gonna say something about Petra.
Well, that's I'm not gonna even get into that. That's for.
I really thought that's where it was going. I can't believe that I was wrong about that. Anyway, thanks again, Cat Weasel. It's great to hear from you today. So everybody go check out that post and let him know what you think. Okay, so do we have anybody else?
Actually, we don't have anybody
Wow.
else. I don't know if anybody else if anybody else has anything to present. We got 12 minutes.
Well, yes, we have 12 minutes, and that's really good. We've had a good show so far. It's been a lot of fun, I think. So don't forget, there's that thing that's going on over in that other channel that you can go enter if you are a passenger on the Steam engine. So check that out if you want to.
Guys,
Sorry, what?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you there. Sorry about that, Ethan. Go
No,
on.
that's quite all right. I was about to change the subject. So what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, because I've noticed that we've got members here who aren't members yet. I'm just wondering if either you or Awaken or Cat Weasel or someone just wants to tell people if they were interested in submitting an application. I've noticed my prodigy is in the room, by the way, guys, Young Boss. I don't know whether he can hear though, because he's normally on the phone. But if anybody wouldn't mind, it would be great.
I think that's a great idea. Awaken, you want to take it, or would you like me to do this?
You can do it.
Okay, so once again, like I've been saying this whole broadcast, this session is happening over in the Steam Engine Discord, and the Steam Engine is a group that was really born out of a lot of ideas, but the main ideas were that, one, we want to promote quality engagement. So we want people to meet other members on Steemit, that they can go to their blogs, read the post, and feel like they want to leave a comment that could be another post in itself. It's that there's just that good. We want people to engage other posts and ask tough questions, give thoughtful responses, and that's really what we try to promote most of all. The second goal of the group is to reward that behavior. We do that by requiring our members to comment and upvote 2 posts from our baggage car post promotion channel before they can share their own, and then we validate whether they've completed the requirements. Awaken to Life is our railroad cop, as we like to call him. And so anyhow, once they do that, then we go through and filter through and pick 10 of the best posts that are shared each day, share them, 10-ish, share them, and Enchanted Spirit does this, and she shares them in a daily curation post called the Daily Whistle Stops. And then after that, we hand out votes to all the people, small votes from our group account for all the people that follow the rules. And so that's kind of the structure of the group, but ultimately we are really after quality content, blog posts that we can tell people have put a lot of thought into, that they have taken time to format, and we really like to reward that kind of content. And that's what we're after. And I can say that some of the best relationships that I've formed here on the Steem blockchain have definitely been in this group. And I think that a lot of people here can say the same thing. And so I just, again, appreciate everything that all of you do for the group. And it's my pleasure to continue to just drop in here, even if there's not a whole lot going on in the chat, but still to drop in here and see that there's been great interactions, great comments happening. So I think that does the group justice. So if you're interested in joining, just head up to if you're in the Steem Engine Discord server, just head up to the channel that says Waiting Room Start here and follow the instructions. If you're listening elsewhere, you can browse to steemit.com/@thesteamengine. And you will find a link to our Discord server where you can access the application. So I think that's about it. Do you have anybody else have anything to add on that?
I'm just gonna add a couple of things. It's really not only about, baggage, of course, creating relationship, friendships. That's our main goal. Rewarding people who write great content. One of the also, I think, great things about our group is that you can always contact somebody in a lounge bar in general channel and who is not even in position like a railroad cop or engineer or something. And there's going to be plenty of people who's going to help you with anything you need. There's a lot of veterans in the group, and there's also a lot of people who've been here from the beginning of Steemit. And there's always going to be somebody to help you if you need something about your post or something you don't understand about Steemit. So I think that's also one of the amazing things, because we have a great group of people that are actually willing to help each other, which is actually our main goal. People helping each other, having fun, creating relationships and friendships, getting to know each other through our posts. That's actually the main reason why we have 2 comments and 2 thoughtful comments that you have to leave on the other people's posts, so you can actually meet those people, see what they're writing about, and get to know them through their posts. That's the reason why we have those rules, so people can get to know each other.
I would fully agree with that. And I would also say that it's been really neat to see our group also as kind of a staging ground for many other projects. If you look around and you scroll down the right side of Discord, you can see a lot of people who are involved in many other groups and yet still take the time to be here and visit with us, especially during this session and otherwise throughout the week. And so it's really great to see the initiatives that our members come up with along the way, and sometimes we have to see them off to other groups, other initiatives, but it's always bittersweet because we know that they're making a difference on the blockchain. And so anyhow, that's it. If you want to be part of it, you just have to get past Catweasel. That's our only requirement. No, I'm just kidding. We have an application that you can fill out that just asks you what your contributions to the Steem blockchain have been, just in terms of blogging, what your goals are for your experience here, and that's it. Just let us know those, and we'll take a look at it, and we'll approve you if we like what we see. And as always...
And he was not kidding. You actually have to pass Catweasel.
Well, Catweasel, again, is who usually evaluates the application. So in a certain sense, yes, that is correct. But anyway, we've got about 5 minutes to go, and I just want to say thank you all for being here today. And I know that it's kind of a bummer that we have to cut things short, and at least for the recorded portion. I personally have to leave at 5, which is why we have to cut it short today. But I encourage you to stick around. I know that last week people stuck around for a while and just chatted and hung out. So I would encourage you to do that. It's a really great to get to know people, get to know the voices behind the names and the personalities behind the names, because there are quite a few of them in this chat, in this server. So
Of course.
so anyhow, I think that giveaway is going to end soon, so we can look forward to announcing those winners. And I just want to address, I know Dreams Team, you popped in there. I didn't even think about putting you over the slider, so that's really, really great. So I hope that you can put that to good use, and it really is my pleasure to help you out. And I am going to enjoy supporting the Welcome Wagon initiative as it goes. And I just want to let you know, I opened my text editor and titled the file for the next lesson in the Beginner's Guide to Steemit. I don't know when that's going to get done, but it has been started. So I just wanted to let you know, and it deals with the topic of rewards, which seems to be something that many people are confused about or need some help on. So hopefully that will be out within the next couple weeks when I find the time. And otherwise, I'll stop talking because I've been talking a lot.
I think that was Madonna for sure.
So Young Boss says he doesn't know how to do voice yet. I need to fish up the link to the guide I made for how to do Discord. Does somebody have that? I don't know why anybody else would have that link handy, but I can go find that for him.
We need the kitty girl in here.
It's
She's so
in
good
the
at
pinned
this.
messages.
It is in the pinned messages. Thank you. Yes, Young Boss, if you'll check up in the pinned messages in this channel.
He can't hear you. He's not on
Oh, well,
voice.
he's in the channel on voice, but I just don't know if he can speak. It looks like he's in the voice channel, but
Oh, I'm with you.
thank you for
Okay.
sharing that, Tessara Gabrielle. You're right there when I needed you. That was great. All right, so we got about a minute to go for the giveaway, 3 minutes to go before I'm going to have to sign off, but I do want to say that we'll be back again next week for the session here at the same time, 8 p.m. UTC, and once again, thanks to Sir Cork and Rhonda K and their witness effort, as well as the You Are Hope and the Steam Star Radio Network. So it's always a pleasure to be able to come on here and that they allow us to have an hour each week where we can sit here and chat and talk and get to know everybody. So anyway, all right, the giveaway looks like it's ended. Who are our winners? Can somebody go find out for us?
Yay!
Crazy BG wins 2 weeks in a row. All right, so it looks like Petra won this week. So Crazy BG, Petra, Dreams Team, Maverick Invictus, and Tessara Gabrielle. Congratulations to all of you. I will get those votes out to you on a post of your choice. So if you don't want it on your latest blog post, just give me a quick DM and I'll vote any post that you'd like me to. But hey, I'm not a bid bot, so this is completely voluntary and given away. So anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Ethan, can I have that 50% on Welcome Wagon instead of Dreams
So
Team?
you might find that all of the posts on Welcome Wagon within the payout period received a vote today from me. So I'm afraid I cannot. I'm afraid I may not be able to fulfill that request.
Okay. Well, there will be another one tonight.
All right,
so,
just shoot me that link when it.
wherever
shoot me that link.
you want to give it is fine by me.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll make that happen. All right. Well, it's coming up on 5. Awaken to Life. I'll give you a chance for any final thoughts you may have. Where did he go?
Thank you.
Crickets.
He's still thinking about it.
He's sad because Petra won the lottery.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that. I think he's having a depression.
He's now trying to compose himself.
I can tell you, he sent me a DM and he said, "Hey, Ethan, this is what I have to say. Petra, 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 Petra.
Oh wow.
Oh, he's
Oh,
got
and now he's dropped out of voice, so he must be having some issues there. All right, he's back in. There
I
he
saw
is.
the Petra one and I just.
That was wonderful. All right, Awaken, do you have any final thoughts before we sign off today?
What to say? I really enjoyed the show. I like what we're doing with this. I really enjoy my time here. Amazing crowd, amazing people presenting amazing posts. What's not to like? I mean, I really enjoy it every time we come and talk to each other. That's basically it. Love you all.
Thanks so much. It's always one of the fastest hours of the week for me, or hour and a half, whatever we do. And so once again, I just want to say thank you to everyone who attended today. Thank you to all who've presented. You can look out for the recap post today or tomorrow, probably tomorrow, and we will have it up so that the world can, we have proof, can show proof that Catweasel has spoken. So anyway, once again, I'm Ethan D. Smith, and this has been Talk of the Line. I've been here with my co-host, Awaken to Life, and we come on here every Tuesday, 8 p.m. UTC, live on the Steam Star Radio Network, where we talk about what our members have been up to during the week. I encourage you to stick around for the post-show. This will end the formal broadcast session, and thanks again. Join us here next week. Same time, same channel.